Bliss everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. Rissa Vibes here, aka Readings by Rissa. So excited to connect with you as always. Today we are joining right here, right now for another weekly reading. Super excited to connect with all of you. We have lots to discuss as you join live. Settle in, get comfortable, take a couple deep breaths, and let's get ready for this reading. All of the energy updates of this week coming up, the spirit messages, all of the astrological influences. We just had a full moon in Aries last week, so how are you feeling from that? We're going to discuss integrating all of that energy as well this week. So much to talk about. But let me know how all of you are feeling. I am doing really good today. I am tuning in from Illinois. I am super happy to be out here for my last few days out here on my trip, visiting home, and I will be back home in Arizona in just a couple of days. So I'll be back live next week from Arizona. But let me know how all of you are doing as you join. Let me know where you're tuning in from. How has your week been? We're going to go over the energy of this week, but I also want to review all of the cards that we pulled last week. So let's do that first because we really want to feel into and remember all of the energy that we just experienced so that we can feel grounded and aware and wise from everything that we experienced last week and get ready for next week. So last week I pulled the Enough card at the beginning of the week. This was really reminding you of your worth, letting you know that you are enough and that everything that you're doing, everything that you're moving forward in and pressing forward in is absolutely meant for you, and you are really reaping that abundance in no time. This is harvest season, so we are really in a place of allowing ourselves to reap what we have sown this year. And there's a lot of abundance around us. So remember your worth, remember that you deserve what you're asking for and what you're aiming for. And as you step into that feeling of being enough and being worthy of it, you will manifest it into the physical realm. So feel into that. That was our beginning of the week card last week. Then in the middle of the week, we had the Lovers card. And this was our reminder to connect to the divine love in our life and also within our heart, within our energy, within ourselves. A lot of us are really in a place of self-love journey and awareness of the way in which our internal twin flame can be ignited, this ability to love ourselves in a deeper way unconditionally and to rise into an energy of our higher selves and an energy of our awareness of the beauty in all of the spectrum of who we are. And then some of us are also in the divine love journey with our actual twin flame outside of us, this feeling of the twin mate, the soul mate journey, and allowing ourselves to really feel into that connection of two hearts becoming one and just allowing ourselves to enjoy that journey as well. So wherever you're at, this card was really reminding us of the love, the Lovers card, the love within us and the union of love internally and externally. And then at the end of the week, we pulled the Miracles card. This is such a powerful card in pair with the Lovers card and the energy of enough. And this is really this kind of completion of the manifestation of that energy of knowing that you deserve something and then becoming harmonized with it, in love with it, unified with it, and then creating this miracle from it. This beautiful manifestation comes through, this amazing energy of being able to see that abundance, reaping what you've sown. And so as we continue to enter the harvest season from last week into this week, we're going to talk a lot more about the abundance and manifestation potential that we have in our reality right now. But we also had a full moon in Aries last week, and the full moon in Aries gave us a really powerful energy of fire and the ability to trailblaze and move ahead and get passionate about our purpose and passionate about our energy as we manifest it. And in that energy, we pulled the card Proper Burial for Freedom. This was our ability to really bury away, clear away all that is old, all that is no longer a part of our experience or a part of our energy, and letting it go so that we can make room for the new year as we approach it, and also allow ourselves this energy of rebirthing so that we can be liberated, so that we can feel, that release and that reconnection to who we truly are and how we truly expand in the world. And so, that full moon in Aries brought forth that proper burial for freedom card, and we're still integrating that this week. So as we move into this week, we're moving into October 4th to October 11th, 2020. And this is a powerful week, everyone. This is going to be so, so magical. We have a portal this week I'm super excited to talk about. The 1010 portal is opening up. 1010-2020, like the numbers already in that is just, it's insane. I'm so excited to talk to you about that in a little bit. But we're also just embarking on even more of this abundance energy as we continue throughout the autumn season. And we're going to talk a little bit about how we can really stay present in this energy of manifestation and patient as well in our pursuits forward, because we have, this Mars retrograde is still going on until the 10th day, or I think 9th day of November, something like that. And so this energy of kind of reassessment of our movement forward, this energy of kind of figuring out, what is best on, what steps to take next, and kind of what road to take towards a goal. All of that creates this energy of, fine-tuning every move, fine-tuning your path. And with that, you have to be patient, you have to be present. And as you're more patient and present, you're actually able to tap into more magic. And so we're going to talk about that as well. So let's get into it. Thank you, Phil, for the super chat donation. So grateful for you. Leslie, so good to see you. Happy birthday the other day, Leslie. Kevin is here. Good to see you from Houston. And also, everyone, I wanted to give you all an update about the live readings. I will be switching over to pre-recorded readings very soon, most likely by November 2020, or at the very latest by just 2021. But I will be switching over. I think it's going to be a really great way to ensure, that we preserve the readings and that they stay, completely free of any technical difficulties or crashes from YouTube or anything like that. And this is going to give us an opportunity to open up for more connection actually on the channel and in other platforms, which I'll be revealing later. But essentially, we're going to really move into a place of being able to connect on live Q&As, where I'm going to really be able to show up for you all as the coach that I am, as the intuitive professional that I am, and really be here for you in a way that I think is even more personal and more deep and more community driven. So I'm super excited for the way in which everything is transitioning, and I'm so grateful for all of you and being patient with the transition as I really listen to my guides and connect intuitively to the best path for me on how we're evolving and how we're shifting gears on this channel and in my work with it. So thank you so much for all of your love. Thank you for the feedback last week on your opinions on the live readings, and I'm so grateful for all of you for just being so open and unconditionally loving in whatever way I choose to bring forth these messages. So thank you so much. All right, so let's get into this week. I'm super excited. October 4th to October 11th, 2020. And the first spirit message, which are the messages that I get from my meditations, my connections to my guides, the readings I do, the energy I tap into the Mass Collective. The first message for this week coming up is resurrection, transformation. This is another energy of it. Now, I was kind of reflecting on this earlier today because I was asking my guides, what is the energy of transformation? Why does it keep coming up? Why does it keep showing up in our world so regularly this year? And what is this looping effect? And my guides were saying that this is a mirroring of the ways in which we are rebirthing and emerging on the other side of things. And so it's almost as if our healing journey has provided us this energy of constant rebirth and like letting go. And now we're in this energy of evolving, where we're constantly rebirthing through our manifestations and the ways in which we create. And then I think the next mirroring is that we're going to be really evolving in our ways of connection and our ways of universal growth and expansion. And so this is a powerful energy. And so I want you all to remember that as these energies of rebirth and resurrection keep coming up throughout this year and probably throughout a lot of 2021 as well. You know, this is something we talked about in the beginning of 2020, where we were going to really get 2020 vision, and we were going to have to see clearly and repeatedly have the veil lifted. And in that, we're rebirthing in every way. So this is going to continue, but as you hear it, please remember that this is a great, great experience. Don't get a jagged or jaded kind of perspective on resurrection, because this is really an opportunity for growth. And even though it may be uncomfortable, it's something that we can get excited for because it activates new levels of our magic. So in resurrection this week, it's all about being present and being patient. And the reason why that is so important is because as we get present in the present moment, as we really focus on, you know, everything that we're feeling, everything that we're seeing, hearing, experiencing, reading, as we just allow ourselves to observe it, not absorb it. I heard that mantra and I was just so hooked on that. I think it's perfect for this. You know, observing and not absorbing everything that we're experiencing, instead allowing ourselves to really get in a place of awareness and just saying, what is this exactly saying? What is the true essence of this energy? What do I feel when I feel into what I'm reading? What do I feel and see and experience when I hear, you know, certain things, or, you know, notice certain things and feel certain things in my body? And as we get present, we learn how to be patient with the growth, because we actually start to see all the fine-tuned ways of how we are transforming. And it becomes exciting to feel the little wins and to notice the little gains and to feel those minute details kind of click into place that really make a huge difference. And a lot of us get wrapped up in the huge wins and the big victories and the big leaps forward. But right now, these resurrection energies that I've been feeling is about really the fine details. And being present and patient is going to let you really manifest from the fine details. We're going to be able to get more clear on the vibration of what we're wanting to create. We're also going to get more clear on how close we are to that vibration and what little things need to be adjusted and recalibrated, just like that Mars retrograde energy is bringing, in order for us to really move into, you know, the perfect timeline or the perfect, you know, synchronistic event to have everything be achieved. So a lot of the inner work that we want to do with this is overcoming ego, doubt, fear, and judgment of the self. These are things where we feel like we're not enough. These are things where we're feeling like we, you know, are afraid of failure or afraid of success. These are energies of comparison, doubt in your originality, doubt in your self-worth. These are judgments of self in that way as well. Criticisms, hypercriticisms, you know, and that includes ignoring your achievements and ignoring your skills and ignoring the positives. When you're ignoring the positives, you are being critical of yourself because you're not giving yourself the pats on the back that you deserve. So this is about doing that inner work of overcoming those habits and changing it. And this includes others as well. If you notice you're hyper judgmental towards others, or maybe you're projecting some of your internal judgments onto others as well, or your fears or doubts or ego, get that in check as well, because those are going to be the things right now, especially this week, that are holding you back from your manifestation and your magic that wants to be activated. And because we had that full moon in Aries, and because we're in the Mars retrograde, we have all that fire energy. This is an opportunity for us to work with fire. This means fire ceremony. This means really feeling the element of fire. You could do fire breath work. You could do fire yoga. Just this energy of connection to heat, working out. And really even imagining the violet flame and working with transmuting fire and spiritual fire. This is going to allow you to channel the element of fire into something that is really healing and really effective towards your transformation and growth. And it's going to light the fire of passion in you even more to manifest and add energy to what you're really wanting to bring into your life. So I really love this energy because all of the energy that I've been feeling, and I talked a lot about this on the IG live that I did with Chad earlier in the week on my Instagram, is this energy of divine masculine. We talked a lot about this, and there's this really powerful energy that comes from that fire that's used in a powerful and healing high vibrational way. And it provides a stamina, it provides a strength, it provides a deep passion and rooted magic. And when you ignite that energy, it is absolutely unstoppable when it comes to what kind of abundance it can produce and what kind of things can come from it when you create from that place. So this is really an opportunity for us to tap into that. But it's also going to be a time when we may be challenged in our stamina and strength, or we may be kind of pushed to a place where we need to, ignite more of that, and we're backed into a corner, because this is for the purpose of evolving. So if we're not in that higher vibrational expression of that, then spirit, the universe, is going to push us to that. So if you notice that's happening to you, know that it is definitely that lesson and that activation. Channel the fire element and allow yourself to burn away any limitations, any ego, any judgment, fear, or doubt, and step more into your purpose, your ability to be resilient, your ability to be strong and confident and brave, and to really hold out in a sense of patience and presence for what you know that you're creating in your life, okay? So this is really going to activate a feeling of more pride, more confidence, more bravery. That's the goal. So if you've been feeling lax of that, make sure that you're doing things in your life that can ignite that, that you're creating things in your life that can kind of activate some of that energy. Whether it be, like I said, a fire ceremony or dance, or whether it be something that you go out and do that you've always wanted to do and finally get to prove yourself that you're going to do, that you're not afraid of anymore, that you are going to take the initiative to do for yourself. This is really going to build confidence, and also a lot of self-care. Something that I was getting is also body care right now. Body care being exercise, body care being detox, body care being drinking a lot of water, making sure you're getting enough sleep, making sure that you're processing emotions through the body accurately, making sure you're not ignoring pains or tension in the body. This is really powerful because we have a lot of energy that is being ignited within us. We have to move that fire. If a fire gets still and stagnant, it burns in a way that's going to actually be just against what we want. It's going to be it's going to create a reverse effect. It's going to create an energy of pain and aggression and buildup and tension that can be implosive. And so we really want to create an energy of movement. And that means allowing this energy to be expressed in its way of high vibrational energy. And it's important to recognize balance in that as well, because with it being Libra season, we really have to remember the importance of matter and spirit, especially as we approach the portal, the 1010 portal that we have this week, which is super powerful. This is our opportunity to really step into the thinning of the veil. This is the ability to connect to the spirit world like we haven't been able to all year. And of course, we're always connecting, but during the thinning of the veil, this is when we can connect in our deepest way, in our most palpable way, in our most potent way. And so, this is where ceremony and meditation and yoga and healing work, it can be its most powerful. So this is where we also need that balance, recognizing how we're, feeling our pride and confidence and bravery, how we're expressing it, and making sure that we're expressing it in ways that are benefiting, our internal and external experience, benefiting us within ourselves, but also making sure that we're not compromising or sacrificing the confidence or courage or bravery of others for the sake of our own, making sure we're not being abusive or over aggressive or narcissistic, because those energies can really create an out of balance that will end up creating a lot of resistance to our manifestation. The universe isn't going to be as abundant in high vibrational energy for you if you're operating from those lower vibrational energies. So this is super important, that balance, checking yourself on how you're expressing your confidence, your pride, and your bravery, and letting yourself know that through your reflection of that, you're actually getting even better at that fine tuning that I was talking about. And in that, we're tapping in, like I said, to the 1010 portal. So let's talk a little bit about this, because this is something that we're going to really want to prep for and also just enjoy and be present and patient with, as well as we feel it into it. So the 1010 portal, like I said, is this ability to recognize how close we are to the spirit world, us being in the material world, the physical world, and spirit being in more of the etheric, esoteric, higher dimensional worlds, right? And so when we feel that gap, a lot of us can be very afraid of it. A lot of us can feel very doubtful of the connections we make in the spirit world. A lot of us can even judge the ways in which we connect or the ways in which we perceive that connection. And during the 1010 portal, and as it continues to evolve into the thinning of the veil portal towards the end of October, we're really stepping into the opportunity to release doubts, fears, and judgments around our connection to the spirit world. And so if you're somebody who's always felt very intuitive but has been afraid of your connections to spirit, this is an opportunity for you to really start to release those fears, work through releasing those fears. First of all, of course, identifying them and accepting them as something that's there, because if we try to ignore it or push it down or, abandon that idea, we're actually abandoning a part of ourselves. So accepting that the fear is there, recognizing maybe that the doubt is there. If you feel like you start to feel intuition, but then you doubt what you're picking up on, or even if you judge the way you connect, or judge the way your connection expresses itself, this is that time to reflect on those things and really get real with yourself on what is present for you, and then ask for what you want. Ask for how you want to experience things instead, because we know that those doubts, fears, and judgments aren't serving you. We know that it's keeping you from exploring new realms of consciousness and new realms of reality that you've never experienced, that are calling you, that are kind of tapping you on the shoulder and saying, hey, come play. And so we want to really allow ourselves to explore that. So let yourself identify, what do you want? Is there a certain way you would like to connect that feels less scary for you? Is there a certain way that you would like to get your confirmation from spirit that allows you to release doubt and make you feel more confident in that connection? Is there a way that you would like your intuition to express itself that feels more in tune with what you desire? Ask for that. And as you ask, you are tapping into that presence by reflecting on what it is there that you want. And you're also being patient from that point forward to wait for the universe to answer, because it will. And just by asking, you receive. For those of you who know about Abraham Hicks, you know what I'm talking about here. That power of attraction. Once you really get specific and ask for things, the universe does give it to you. It does provide it to you, but you have to ask, and then you are patient and you get into the receiving mode. You feel into your value and you believe that it can happen, and then it comes through. So this is super important. That's why the patience and presence is so imperative, and that's why the magic lies in that moment. So we're going to feel a lot of that during the 1010 portal as it opens up, and we'll talk a little bit more of that for the astrology as well. But how are all of you doing with this? How are you feeling? PJ's here as well. Good to see you. So there's so much energy here, and I really encourage you all to keep a journal throughout this time this week, because you're going to notice that a lot of things come up that are really important for you to just honor and be aware of in your life. This is going to give you a lot of synchronistic experiences as well by keeping a journal. It's going to help you stay present so you can see all the signs and synchronicities. Dreams are going to be really powerful as well. Now, something that I was also getting from Spirit is that it's important not to let your mind hijack the natural system of creation. The natural system of creation being the present moment, but also that evolution of patience in it and that ability to move through the phases of creation. You know, we plant seeds, then we water them, then we let the sun hit them, and we let, you know, nature do its thing, and then we tend to them, and then we allow ourselves to wait for the harvest, right? And then we reap what we've sown, and then we make room for more. So we want to honor those stages of creation. We don't want to rush them. So the mind has a tendency to try to rush through the phases, try to, you know, pull up the crops before they're ready, try to, you know, trim the crops before they're ready, or prune them before they're needing it. So this is going to be something that requires that awareness of the cycle of creation and not letting the mind get too ahead of itself. Being in a place of connection to the heart, being in a place of connection to your grounded essence, connecting to the body, focusing on your body care, like I said, exercising, going out into nature, breathing deeply, doing some breath work, stretching, all of those things help you step into the present moment, and they help you stay out of that overactive mind. It really helps you become present. So if you notice that you get a little impatient, or that you start to let your mind wander or rush through things or try to control things that don't need controlled, then let yourself release that by you know, focusing on the body. And another essence of body care is sacred sexuality, and even the powerful essence of manifestation through masturbation and self-pleasure. And so this energy is really strong as well. I encourage people to feel into the fire that's there and to channel that fire into creation by imagining the things that you want through those energies of, you know, climax, and that energy that is so powerful. And so when we tap into that fire, we actually do get things moving. We can create from that space. And so I encourage that too, because that sacred sexuality is so powerful for manifestation, and there's so much Kundalini energy in our bodies right now, and with all of this fiery energy of the Aries full moon that we're integrating this week, and also that Mars retrograde still going on. There's also a lot of Scorpio energy coming up this week in the astrology, so we'll talk about that as well, which is another reason why that energy can be really powerful this week. And just this ability to clear through a balanced perspective, you know, the duality of the spirit and the body. You know, during sacred sexuality, you feel that combination of both, and you really do open this kind of 10-10 portal within the body in that way. So allow yourself to explore that if that feels aligned to you, if you're called to that. And then the last thing I wanted to say about the spirit messages, let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Nope. Oh, natural forms of healing with body care too. This is super important. Natural forms of healing, holistic forms of healing. There is a lot of opportunity for us to heal ourselves and heal others holistically. And I am going to be hosting an event in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from today, another Shining Light event. If you were able to catch my Shining Light event on June 24th, or I think it was 21st actually, Shining Light on Revolution. We did a huge healing event all day on that day with some roundtable talks about everything that was going on in the world. And this time we're doing it again, but we're shining light on holistic healing. So I'm going to have some amazing facilitators and voices that are so powerful in their expertise on holistic healing in their own way. They're going to be talking, they're going to be sharing their own practices and own modalities for healing, and we're going to have some roundtable talks on the power of holistic healing, especially right now in our world. So that's going to be in 2 weeks from today. It's going to be a completely free event, live streamed right here on YouTube all day. So get excited for that. Mark your calendars. It will be on October 18th, and I will be providing a full schedule for that shortly. So keep checking the community tab for posts on this YouTube channel. Also my Instagram at Readings by Rissa. I'll be posting a lot about that as well, but it's going to be amazing. Okay, so I am super excited to bring in even more energy this month on holistic healing. But the last thing I wanted to say about the spirit messages before we jump into astrology is that we want to review the energy and events of September, because I know I've been talking about something big happening in September. I definitely felt the energy building, and then it kind of like plateaued for a second, but it feels like it's still there. And what Spirit, and I asked Spirit about this, I'm like, I thought something was happening in September. I was bracing myself. What's going on? And Spirit's like, a lot did happen in September. And I'm like, but I thought it was going to be some huge thing. And Spirit was like, yeah, it was a collection of little things that is a big deal. That's probably going to move into a big thing. So the energy of it, you know, we had earthquakes, we had wildfires, we had Yellowstone start to erupt a bit in a really big way. We had huge controversial events. We had even more duality in regards to politics and social structures and things in the world. And so reviewing, and also in our own personal lives, in our own communities. So reviewing the events of September, getting present, reflecting on that, Spirit really was calling me to encourage people to do that, because it's almost like they want us to read the signs of the experiences that we're most linked to right now, the things that we're most connected to. You know, some of us are really linked to the political stuff. Some of us are really linked to the environmental stuff. Some of us are really linked to other aspects of huge change in our world right now. So whatever it is for you, focus on how you. Yeah, it did. It didn't erupt, Phil, but it started quaking. There's some earthquakes there and some really high registered earthquakes around Yellowstone. It's something I've been feeling for a long time. But we really want to get clear on how we're being affected individually by the big things that are happening in the world, because that's actually going to tell us more than kind of focusing on one huge event. Because the one huge event, I feel like whatever it is still definitely, the undertones of that is still definitely here. And I don't know when it's going to happen. And I honestly don't know if anybody does. I think even with Spirit, you know, everything is based on experience with Spirit. So it really depends on how things unfold, not so much on the timeline of things or the time and space of things, because Spirit doesn't operate in time and space. It operates based on experience. So, you know, we're all in kind of a bit of a waiting game there. But when we reflect on what happened in September and how we've been experiencing things unfolding as a collective, and in our own personal lives, what we're linked to in big ways, that's going to give us more information on that as well. All right, so let's talk now about the astrology. How's everybody feeling so far? We're going to go through this astrology pretty quickly. There's not a lot, but definitely things to pay attention to, and then we'll pull some cards. As I sip from my big cup. Okay, so let's tap into the astrology. These are the astrological influences of this week from October 4th to October 11th. The first one I want to talk about is on October 8th, 2020. The astrological number of this date is a number 13, and if you've been paying attention to my readings for a while, you know that the 13 has been a big one for a while lately. It's been continually coming up every month repeatedly in the numerological values, and 13 is the number of the divine feminine, and as much divine masculine healing as I've been talking about this week, and with the full moon in Aries that we experienced, and as we continue to feel that divine masculine healing within our masculine collective and also within the collective in general, we are also seeing this powerful energy of the divine feminine holding space for that and nurturing that energy. And the Empress card is the card that I pulled for the annual card reading for October that I posted all the way back in January. And so the card for October is the Empress. That is the divine mother, the cosmic mother, the wise woman and the powerful magi energy. And so she's holding space. She's not really doing a lot of the force or creation or kind of healing. She's more holding space for the divine masculine to evolve, to expand, to heal, to grow within all of us, not just within our men, but also within, all of us, however you identify and however you express, there is this masculine energy within us all healing, and we're getting held by the divine feminine. So on the 8th, on Thursday, we're going to feel a lot of that holding space for healing, holding space for growth and empowerment of the masculine. And also Venus quincunx Chiron that day, quincunx being 150 degrees. And so Venus with the energy of pleasure, beauty, love, combining with the energy of Chiron, that healing, the wounded healer. We're going to feel a heart coherence happening and a heart harmony happening for the sake of expanding our pleasure and our comfort with ourselves and others, and also healing the heart so that it can feel more comforted and more comfortable in its relationships. And so we're going to notice a shift in relationships. We're going to notice that we get more comfortable, that we feel more comforted, and we allow for that. And it's going to be really beautiful. We're also going to notice that internally, where we're comforting ourselves in a deeper way, and externally by allowing ourselves to receive more of that nurturance and care from others. And this is going to kind of be like a letting our guard down energy, letting the walls down, letting the over defensive energy of the heart kind of surrender to a more, comforted place. And then on October 9th, as we build up to the 1010 portal, we're going to have an activation of sensuality and exploration. This is going to be more sacred sexuality energy to tap into. This is going to be a time where we're going to feel more of that passion ignited and more things to do with it. And so this is a great day for that. Mars retrograde squares Pluto that day, Pluto being the big transforming energy, rebirthing energy, resurrecting energy, and also carrying a lot of wisdom. And Mars retrograde being that energy of reflection and internal assessment and of action and passion and fire. So we're really going to feel great when we move into ourselves and feel into the internal passion within us. And Pluto and Mars both co-rule Scorpio, and Scorpio energy has a lot of that ability to make things happen with that sexual energy, this magic, this manifestation, this ability to move through that. And so that body connection with the spirit as we build up to the 1010 portal. And that's what I'm talking about here with that sense of, the thinning of the veil. Our physical bodies are our matter. They're the ways in which we connect to the earth. And then our essence within ourselves, our light, our passion, our fire within, our spirit within, that's our spirit body. And so when we can bring those two together, we really create some powerful energy and opportunity for transformation and manifestation. And then we have our 1010 portal, 1010-2020. This is such a powerful number. The number itself adds to 6, 6 being the number of creation and abundance and evolution and intuitive creation, spiritual creation. And this is our opening of the thinning of the veil portal. And this is a duality portal this year. This is such a dualistic portal with the 2020. It's dualistic to bring in 2020 vision. So we're going to notice so many opposites and so many paradoxes in this portal. We're going to see the really deep aspects. Yes, it is my favorite, Leslie, number 6. We're going to see so many deep aspects of matter and physical expression, which can also get kind of ugly, but we're also going to see such deep expressions of spiritual energy as well. So notice how this portal does become more dualistic than any other of our 1010 portals in the years before, we're going to really see a huge polarity here. So prepare for that. We're going to see it outside of ourselves. We're also going to see it internally. We're going to see huge expressions of the 3D, you know, greed, materialism, capitalism, just this energy of just deep, material aspects being exaggerated and exploited. And then we're also going to see really powerful, inspirational, evolution type, liberation type energies happening. And we're just going to want to notice that, okay? Observe, don't absorb, relax, don't react. Super important. And this is all for the purpose of divine clarity, like I said, 2020 vision. So this is for us to pay attention to. This is for us to recognize what's being disclosed. This is for us to notice how to use that information for positive change. And Venus trines Uranus that day. So we're going to feel an essence of beauty and love. We're going to feel this ability to romance the whole essence of the duality. And we're going to feel innovative in that, which is great. We're going to see the paradoxes. We're going to see the polarities. And instead of feeling upset and overwhelmed and angry at it, we're going to look at it with opportunity and innovation and ways to, you know, create from it a beautiful new story. So this is going to be beautiful. I'm excited for that. And as we move into the 1010 portal even deeper, 10/11 next Sunday when we meet again for our live weekly reading will be another powerful energy for expansion as we move from that portal opening up and expand into it. So the sun squares Jupiter that day, and it's going to highlight a lot of our actions, our aligned actions, the actions that are aligned to our intuition, to our divine path, to what we know is meant for us, and what we know is truest to our heart. And as we stay focused on those things one at a time, we're really going to be able to gain powerful and positive traction with this 1010 portal that we're stepping into. And remember, the 1010 portal is going to last until like 11/11. It's practically a month portal. A lot of people will say different parts of the week or the month, but essentially we're building it always from 1010 as it opens up, you know, that 1 and that 0 being aligned opening, aligned void, aligned expansion. And so that 1010 is the opening of the door. And then by 11/11, it's the essence of kind of everything aligned back into its center. You know, this ability for spirit and matter to become back in balance all the way, back to its normal, you know, essence. So we've got a lot of time to work for this portal. And with this portal, we do have another full moon on October 31st. So we're going to have even more opportunity to release in a couple of weeks. Like I said, we've got this opportunity to tap into holistic healing on the 18th for the Shining Light on Holistic Healing event that I'm bringing forth on YouTube for all of you. And we're also going to have an opportunity for cacao, a cacao ceremony. I know a lot of you have been hearing me talk about cacao and the power of it. And so I am going to be bringing forth my first ceremony with cacao. It's going to be completely free. And this is going to be a really great opportunity for you to ground with the powerful plant medicine of cacao. So I will include a link to get your cacao, to purchase it so that you have it by the 25th of October. That's when I'll be doing that cacao ceremony. It will be on a Sunday evening, and I'll release the time. I will most likely do that one at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on October 25th for a nice evening cacao ceremony with all of you, where we'll really be able to open up to, you know, this peak of the thinning of the veil. This is going to be that really nice sweet spot in the middle of this 1010 portal and thinning of the veil portal to really tap into our heart space, to ground with the power of Mother Gaia, and to expand in our intuition with that beautiful, beautiful ceremony. So super excited to bring forth my first cacao ceremony as a cacao facilitator. I will be graduating on, I believe, October 17th. So I'm super excited, and part of my graduation is hosting cacao ceremonies and starting that process. So I'm super excited to do that on the 25th with all of you who are interested. So definitely make sure to get your cacao. I recommend getting the signature blend. A pound bag is perfect, and it is really, really easy to use. They give you full instructions as soon as you order it, and this is going to be a really fun experience for all of us to connect as a community. So I cannot wait. So get your cacao now so you can get ready for that ceremony. And now that we've gotten through those announcements with the holistic healing event on the 18th all day and that cacao ceremony on the 25th of October, let's go ahead and pull cards to sum up this reading and finish up. I'm super just thrilled to be able to still connect with you even when I'm out of town. It's so nice to be able to join with all of you from different parts of the country, and I believe eventually different parts of the world. You know, some of you know I've done readings from Belize before when I was doing my retreats out there. And speaking of Belize, I still am doing my retreat for 2021, the Magic Retreat, the Ethical Witches and Wizardry Retreat. It's going to be in March, and it is going to be so powerful. So if you're interested in details about that retreat, I will also include a link in the description of this video. And oops, that's not the right one. I will also include descriptions in the video, or links in the description of the video for that retreat. All right, we're pulling the beginning of the week card. I'm just getting these really nice and shuffled because I have been working with these guys. And these are our shadow work cards, which is so important as we step into the thinning of the veil, really recognizing any messages, there it is, from that deck about shadow work for the beginning of the week. And then we've got the Angels of Atlantis cards for the middle of the week. And for the end of the week, Goddess Isis wanting to come through with her cards for the end of the week. And she really popped this one out immediately. And I'm also going to pull a 1010 portal card because Mary wants to talk too. My Mary Magdalene card. So she's been very vocal. That Empress energy, y'all, is no joke. Okay, beginning of the week card. You guys, are you kidding? This is so funny. I didn't even know this card existed in the shadow deck. It's the number 9 card, which is all about wisdom. And we talked about wisdom fire last week. And this card is reacting, or responding, not reacting. That's literally the card. I didn't even know this was a card in this deck. I just got this deck a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago. Literally responding, not reacting. It's literally relax, don't respond, or relax, don't react. I can't even remember my mantra because I'm so blown away by this card. It says, the only control we have is in how we respond to the hand we are dealt. And this is literally exactly what we've been talking about for the past several weeks. Relax, don't react. Notice what you can and can't control, and don't allow, anything else. Don't try to control things that you can't control. You've got to just allow yourself to respond to the hands we're dealt in a way that is best for you, and know that that's your only control you have. That's the only thing that you can do, is control your response. And so don't get, hyper aggressive, don't get freaked out, don't get hyper fearful, don't, just react impulsively. Respond, get present, get patient, move into a place of stillness and center before you kind of move into a next move or a next phase or a next step of something. Give yourself that time to center, especially at the beginning of the week, okay? This is as we integrate that fire energy of the full moon, because that's definitely going to be present with us still. All right, and if that was not enough of a message, the middle of the week is all about grace. And grace is all about being patient and present, and as well, really allowing yourself to move with the flow, to not force, to not control, but to really move with faith and move with intuition and move from a place of center. And as you do, you really will move in the right direction always. And Archangel Gabriel is with us on this, with this beautiful blue energy for healing as well. So we're really calling in graceful healing as well in any ways that we need it, from the release that we had from the full moon, as we continue to prep for even more release for the end of the month full moon that we're going to experience. So feeling into graceful transformation, graceful resurrection and rebirth, and being in that state of presence through that. All right, Goddess Isis coming through for the end of the week. Look at how beautiful she is. She's so fierce. And this is the Queen of Heaven card. I'm going to read you the message. It says, the Queen of Heaven, the divine empress of the skies. I swear it says that. That's crazy, right? The Empress energy for October. Acknowledges your feminine authority now as a man or a woman. You have a life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy, compassion, and wisdom into the world. This is such a powerful card. This is that Empress energy holding space for you to really step into leadership. And leadership is a powerful masculine energy of moving forward, but we do so with balance, with the mercy, the compassion, and the wisdom of the divine feminine, that Empress energy. So that balance of masculine and feminine, and that ability to hold space for that evolution and leadership as we let that energy step forth from our masculine essence. Okay, so tap into that Queen of Heaven for the end of the week and really allow yourself to feel the balance of your masculine and feminine energies and let them work together in harmony. All right, the last card. This is the card for the 1010 portal from Mary Magdalene, and it is Decision. And look, it's another blue energy card. This is a really beautiful thing. This is really telling us with the blue that we're activating a lot of spiritual energy with our third eye, but we're also tapping into a lot of this energy of expression and healing through our expression. And so our decisions, this energy is about noticing that as this portal opens up, the decisions we make are going to be incredibly important to us. They are going to shape the rest of our year and possibly the rest of our lives in very, very big ways. So making sure that we're relaxing, not reacting, that we're allowing ourselves to make decisions from a centered and balanced place, from a present and patient place, and an intuitive place. And as we do so, we will be stepping into the paths that are best for us, and they are going to be so powerful. But our decisions are crucial right now. So make sure you're making decisions that are in alignment with what you're creating and manifesting in your life, that are in alignment with what you want to bring into your life, and don't let yourself go back to old ways or things that are not serving you. Make the decisions that are moving you into powerful and positive transformation, and let the rest go. This is your opportunity to capitalize and to make room for all that you are wanting to bring into your life for next year and throughout the rest of this abundance autumn harvest season. Okay? So good to connect with all of you from here in Illinois. I love you all so much. I will be back in Arizona next week with another weekly reading. I will most likely be live next week until I figure out exactly how I'm going to pre-record everything, but I will be pre-recording these readings soon, probably by November. But in the meantime, I will see you next week for another weekly reading, 1:11 p.m. Central Time, right here on my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Have a wonderful week. Happy integrating all of this energy, and make sure to share this reading with anybody you feel like resonates. Give me a like, post a little comment in there. Let's keep this energy going and spreading throughout the world. Love you all so much. Oh, so cool to see Aaliyah from Illinois as well. Yes, definitely Sedona is powerful. Oh, so good to talk to all of you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Peace.